We are going to be looking at a graphing techniques question, and in this question we are given the equation of curve C to be y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4 over x minus 1. This is a rational function, so for part A, if we were to try to sketch this curve, we will be expecting this curve to have a vertical asymptote that can be deduced from the denominator. So the vertical asymptote is going to be x is equal to 1. And because we have a x squared and x here, so we're expecting an oblique asymptote. And to get the equation of the oblique asymptote, we are going to do a long division to this to change it from the current improper expression to a proper expression. And doing a long division to this, we are going to be getting this to be x minus 3 plus 1 over x minus 1. So y is equal to x minus 3 is going to be the oblique asymptote. Let's do a sketch of the graph based on the asymptotes first. So let's say here we have a y-axis, and let's say this here is my x-axis. Okay, so vertical asymptote x is equal to 1. I am going to sketch it here. So this vertical line here will be x is equal to 1. We will have an oblique asymptote, x is equal to y is equal to x is minus 3. Sorry, y is equal to x minus 3. So it is going to be about 45 degrees with a negative y-intercept and a positive x-intercept of negative 3 and 3. So we will be getting something that is like this, maybe. Okay, so this here, this is going to be our oblique asymptote. Let me extend this a bit more. So now we have this, and this is y is equal to x minus 3. Okay, and if you were to plot this onto your graphing calculator, you will be able to see the shape of the graph as like this and like this. There will be a minimum point here, and the coordinates of the minimum point from the graphing calculator is 2, 0. So here is 1, here is 3, so 2 will be somewhere in between. So let's say my graph looks something that is like this. Touching, okay, the minimum point is at 2, 0, so it happens to be the x-intercept also. So touching here, going back up, making sure that my graph tends towards the asymptote. This is going to be a point. This point here has a coordinate of 2, 0. And again, based on the graphing calculator, we can see that there's a maximum point here. The graph is going to be something that is like this. And for this maximum point, it happened to be the y-intercept also. The coordinates of this maximum point is 0, minus 4. So maybe somewhere here. Okay, so let me draw the graph. Again, the graph should look like it tends towards the asymptote. Maximum point is on the y-intercept and curving down. We have a point here. This point here is 0, minus 4. Let's also make sure that we label this graph. So for this graph, we are sketching the graph of y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4 over x minus 1. And this is for part A. Part B, we are going to be looking into drawing another graph. And we are going to be drawing this other graph on the same diagram over here such that the equation, let me write down the equation. The equation is x minus 2 squared plus 1 over b squared of x squared minus 4x plus 4 over x minus 1 plus 1 squared is equal to 4. We want to make sure that this equation over here has no real roots. So I mean, when it comes to questions that is of this kind, we know that we are going to be working on simultaneous equation. Okay, one of the equation is most likely going to be from the previous part. So, for example, this is like equation number 1, and when it was merged with equation number 2, it will be getting this. Okay, this is the result, the algebraic result of a pair of simultaneous equation. So our objective now is to try to guess what is this equation number 2. And if you were to be looking at this and comparing to this, we can definitely see the trace of this here. Okay, so looking at this, I hope you will be able to observe this as much as I do Because from observation, we know that the second graph that we're going to be sketching will be this graph, okay, which based on this, it is going to be x minus 2 square plus 1 over b square. This is the y from equation number 1. So we have a y plus 1 square is equal to 4. So this is like our equation number 2. When I substitute equation number 1 into equation number 2, we will be getting this, which means that the x coordinates of the intersection between this graph and this graph will be giving us the roots of this equation. And according to what the question says, there must be no real roots, which means that the two graphs, they must not be intersecting. So the next thing that we will want to do is to definitely draw this graph here. And for this actually follows a standard graph. Are you able to see? It is an ellipse, right? So if I can just do a bit of adjustment to this, x minus 2 square plus this, I'm going to rewrite it as y minus 1 square divided by b square is equal to 4. And I'm going to divide the 4 across to the other side, rewriting this as x square minus 2 square over 4, which I'm going to write it as 2 square plus, here will be y minus 1 square over 4 times of b square, which I'm going to write it as 2b square is equal to 1. So based on this, we can tell that we are going to be looking at an ellipse. An ellipse with the center at 2 and minus 1. 2 and minus 1 is actually here. Okay, here is x coordinate is 2. And if I were to substitute 2 into the oblique asymptote, okay, the equation will be giving me the y coordinate to be equal to minus 1, which is this. Which means that vertically down on the oblique asymptote will be where we will be seeing the center of this ellipse. And for this ellipse, it will have a horizontal radius of 2. The vertical radius wise, this portion here, the vertical radius wise will be 2b. But we know the horizontal radius is 2 and the x coordinate of this point is 2, which means that all the way to the left will be where the graph is going to be intersecting the y-axis. So something that is like this, which is going to be giving us the ellipse. I am going to draw a version of this ellipse such that there is no intersection between the two graphs. So I'm going to make sure that the vertical radius is short enough so that it will not be touching this other graph at all. So maybe somewhere here and here. So from here, let me go to this point and another horizontal to maybe here. So from here coming down to here, joining this up, it is going to be giving us our ellipse. So something that is like this. I missed this point. Let me erase this. Okay, so this is going to be our ellipse that is going to be representing the second graph. I can write down this. So it will be x minus 2 square plus 1 over b square, y plus 1 square. This is equal to 4. And the center here is 2 minus 1. And here, okay, directly horizontal to the left, 2 units. So here will be 0 minus 1 as the y-intercept of this ellipse. So we actually don't want this ellipse to be cutting the graph, and we can see that the first place where it will cut the graph, if we can cut, okay, is for when the vertical radius here touches the graph, the previous graph here, exactly here. And this distance here is 1 unit. Okay, and this, for the ellipse, this has a vertical radius of 2b. So we want to make sure that 2b is always going to be less than 1 in order for the ellipse not to be cutting the graph at all. So we are going to be letting the vertical radius, which is going to be 2b, to be less than 1 in order for this equation here to have no real roots, which means that b is going to be a number that is less than 1 over 2.